Well, let's kick it off with some foreign policy. So you voiced opposition clearly to Trump's remarks on NATO over the weekend. I'm struggling to find more than a handful of Republican senators who agree with you. Is there any evidence that Trump's thinking is unpopular with GOP voters?
Well, you know, it's not to go and blame the voters, and it's not to go and blame the American people. I've always said it's important for Joe Biden and Congress to tell the American people why they should care, to give them the other side. And you don't hear that. The other side is that NATO's been a 75-year success story. We have not had war in the region. And if you look, Russia has never invaded a NATO country. They've invaded Georgia. They've invaded Ukraine. They've invaded Moldova. So we want to make sure that, yes, do we want NATO to pay more? Of course we do. But the last thing we're going to do is side with a thug. Keep in mind, Putin kills his opponents. Keep in mind that he has arrested Evan Gersovich, who's been sitting in jail just for doing journalism. Keep in mind that this is a man who has wanted to destroy America and defeat America for years. I dealt with Russia every single day. It is a mistake for Trump to side with Putin over our allies. We needed a lot of friends after 9/11. We better remember that. But it takes a friend to get a friend.
Ambassador Haley, I'm sure you've seen the comments from the likes of Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio. When it comes to NATO, do you feel like you're potentially out of step with members of your own party?
You know, it's not, the goal is never to follow the polls. The goal is to make sure you communicate what's right. We need to make sure that we have an alliance that's strong. Our whole goal is to prevent war. That's the main thing. I mean, you look at Russia right now. The reason people should care about Ukraine is because, one, it's a pro-American, freedom-loving country. But two, listen to what Putin said. Putin said once he takes Ukraine, Poland and the Baltics are next. Those are NATO countries. That immediately puts America at war. This is about preventing war. This is about keeping an alliance strong. This is about bringing more friends in, not pushing friends away. Donald Trump doesn't get that. And that's what will creep us into war. We can't have that. And so our goal is not to go and blame the American people for feeling the way they do. It's to make sure we get our message out on why they should care and how this is in the best interests of America. And for those politicians who are refusing to say that, that's a disservice to the people that they serve.
If the goal is to bring more friends in, would you agree that President Biden has done a good job in expanding the NATO alliance?
Well, I think, first of all, I think that yes, he understands the importance of NATO, but he doesn't understand the importance of preventing war. He could have prevented Putin going into Ukraine.